إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Al-Imran, ayah 93. The background of this ayah is that the Yahud. So this surah, as we had said in the beginning, this surah deals with how to deal with and the interaction of the Prophet ﷺ with the Ahl Kitab, the Christians and the Jewish people. So this is one argument presented by the Jewish people, that when the Prophet ﷺ said that I am the rightful descendant of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi and the rightful prophet, if you follow Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi and if you follow the Torah and the Injil, then the signs that are given in those books, if you read those books, those signs apply all to me. So I am the rightful prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one new thing that the Jewish people of that time brought up was that you cannot be a prophet because you eat the meat of camel and consume the milk of camel, which was in their Sharia forbidden. So when they said this to the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ just said, no, that's not the truth. But in these ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the Prophet ﷺ an argument that would fail them. Kullu ta'ami, first of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is stating the fact. Kullu ta'ami kana hilla li bani Israel. Every kind of food was lawful for Bani Israel. Illa ma harrama Israelu ala nafsih, except what Israel had made unlawful for himself. Israel is the other name of Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam. And Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam, it comes in narration, it is narrated by Ibn Abbas that he had a sickness. He himself had a sickness, a disease. Most Mufassirin have said that it was some sort of sciatica, some lower body pain. And he had promised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he had made a vow that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cures him, he will stop consuming his most beloved food. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did cure him. And then as a result of that vow, in fulfilling his vow, he stopped consuming everything connected with camels. Because he liked camels' meat, so he stopped consuming camels' meat and camels' milk. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that everything was halal for Bani Israel, illa ma harrama Israelu ala nafsi, except what Israel or Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam made haram or forbidden for himself. Min qabli an tunazzal at-Tawrah, well before the Torah was revealed. Qul fa'tu bit-Tawrati fatluha in kuntum sadiqin. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet ﷺ to tell these Jewish people that if you think that this command is coming from Torah, that camels' milk and camels' meat should not be consumed, then bring Torah and read it together and see where it says in Torah that camel's milk should not be consumed. So they could not do it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that they will not be able to do it. فَمَنِ افْتَرَى, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the next statement, فَمَنِ افْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ الْكَذِبَ مِنْ بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. Then those who forge the lie against Allah after all this, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ, they are the transgressors. قُلْ صَدَقَ اللَّهِ, say to them, صَدَقَ اللَّهِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told the truth. فَاتَّبِعُوا مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ حَنِيفًا وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Come and follow the faith of Ibrahim. وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْحَنِيفًا, the upright. We went over the meaning of this. وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ, and he was not somebody who would do shirk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way that you are doing. The next ayah, two ayat, basically talk about the virtues of Makkah and the virtues of Khana Kaaba. إِنَّ أَوَّلَ بَيْتٍ وُضِعَ لِلنَّاسِ لَلَّذِي بِبَكَّةَ مُبَارَكًا وَهُدًى لِلْعَالَمِينَ. So the explanation of these ayat is long. We'll try to do some of it today. إِنَّ أَوَّلَ بَيْتٍ, the first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, that the first house on this place of earth, on this face of earth, set up for the people, لِلنَّاسِ لَلَّذِي بِبَكَّةَ مُبَارَكًا وَهُدًى لِلْعَالَمِينَ. The first house set up for the people is surely the one in Makkah. وَهُدًى لِلْعَالَمِينَ. So, Mubarakam wa hudal lil alamin, having blessings and guidance for all the worlds. So the first thing that comes, and that is historically proven as well, that Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, when he was sent down, onto this earth, he was commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to erect the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Makkah, which is the Kaaba. Then we've read in detail that in the time of Nuh alayhi salam, when the whole creation was wiped except the ones that climbed and saved themselves by climbing onto his ark, all creation was annihilated, all human beings were destroyed, and that hurricane also destroyed the Khana Kaaba. Then Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam was told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the exact place where that Kaaba used to be, and he erected it. Then the further history is that it was destroyed at another point. Then the last time it was made was by just after the birth, before the prophethood of the Prophet ﷺ, by the Quraysh. And the way they created is that they left out some part of Khana Kaaba, which is today called the Hatim. That is technically the part of Khana Kaaba. The original Kaaba included that Hatim, but the Quraysh built it in a way that they left that part out and built a square cube. At that point, before their construction, there was actually 2 doors of Khana Kaaba, and they were on the level of the ground. So the Quraysh, because they wanted full control over the Kaaba, they basically closed the other door and left only one door, and also elevated it from the ground. The way it is now, it is elevated from the ground. So because they wanted to keep a control over who can enter the Kaaba, and they did not want anybody to be able to enter the Kaaba without their permission, so just to increase their control, they created these ways as a hindrance. The Prophet ﷺ, in the last part of his life, had said to Aisha radiallahu anha that I wish that I rebuild the Kaaba according to the way it was as built by Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam originally, and include the Hatim in the Kaaba and recreate the 2 doors. But the Prophet ﷺ said that since there's so many people who are coming into Islam, the fold of Islam new, they will be confused by this. So if I do this, they will be confused by it. So the Prophet ﷺ did not do it. There was one Sahabi at the time of Hajjaj ibn Yusuf. I think his name was Abdullah ibn Zubair, if I remember correct. But he had heard this from Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha. So he was the ruler of Makkah after the rule of Khulafai Rashidin. He was the ruler of Makkah, if I remember the name correct. And he rebuilt the Kaaba according to the way it was built in the time of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, because he had heard from Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha this hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But then Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, because he did not want the influence of that Sahabi to remain for the history, for the generations to come, he again destructed the Kaaba and built it the way it was built by Quraysh and the way it is now. Later on, after Hajjaj, this hadith of course is there. So the ulama again sat together and said that should we build it according to the way the Prophet ﷺ wished to build it in his last part of his life. But then the consensus of the ulama of all ummah was that this will become a joke. Every new ruler will come and they will want to build the Kaaba in a new way. So they let it be. And this is how it is till now. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here is saying, Inna awwala bayti wudi'a lin-nas, the first, even before Baitul Maqdis, even before any place, the first place of worship is this lalladhi bi Bakkata, in the Makkah. Bakka is the way of Arab people that, especially of those times, that they would use ba instead of mim. So Makkah, they will call it Bakka as well. Anyway, we'll leave it here. But the first thing that we learned from this ayah is that the first house of worship was this in Khana Kaaba, the Khana Kaaba in Makkah. We'll read the meaning of those three last words. Mubarakam wa hudal lil alameen. What are the virtues of Khana Kaaba? It is a place of barakah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying Mubarak place, and wa hudal lil alameen. It is also guidance to all the worlds. So what does that mean? Inshallah, we'll read tomorrow. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursalin. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذي أهلك وخاصتك صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.